honey, this is your home.
No, it is not my home. I don't like it here, please.
Let's just say that night ended with a lot of rocking and desperate lullabies. My parents were clearly confused, and for weeks they tried everything to make me feel comfortable and bring the old version of me back with my favorite food and snacks, but nothing seemed to work.
Honey, here, I brought you your favorite drink.
I don't want it.
Dorothy!
Ready or not, here I come. Where are you, little monkey? Where are you?
I saw Dad coming, so I jumped up, laughing like the genius I was. But in my brilliance, I forgot about the stairs. One misstep and I tumbled down, landing with a thud. The last thing I heard was Mom screaming, "Dorothy!" And just like that, I died. Like, literally. Hiya, I'm Dorothy Eady, born in Blackheath, London in 1904. Sounds normal, right? Wrong. I'm the girl who came back from the dead. Yup, you heard me right. I died, and then popped back like, surprise, not done yet. Oh, and the kicker? I returned with memories of my real family from 3,000 years ago. Crazy, right? So buckle up, because this story is gonna be wild. I had the best parents ever. Mom spoiled me rotten, and Dad, who was a master tailor, made sure we were always the best-dressed duo in town. Like, picture a toddler serving looks. That was me. For the first 3 years of my life, before everything flipped upside down, I had it all. Matching cute dresses with Mom? Check. Playing hide and seek with Dad? Double check. Endless toys, fun trips to the park, and all the giggles a kid could ask for? Triple check. Life was basically one big happy adventure, until it wasn't. When I opened my eyes, I saw some strange people hysterically crying around me like someone had died. OMG, so dramatic.
What happened?
Oh my, Dorothy? Oh, she's awake! Our child is awake! Carol! Oh, my baby!
If I wasn't dead already, then my parents would definitely have smothered me to death with hugs and kisses. Jeez. Just then, the doctor came to examine me, and it looked like he'd seen a ghost.
I don't understand. Her heart clearly stopped, and she was not alive, literally.
But my dad instantly grabbed the doctor by his collar and kicked him out.
You moron! Wait, can I just check again? This is a medical mystery. Out, now!
Gosh, my parents were so scary. But I couldn't blame them. You see, the doctor had pronounced me dead from the fall, but now I was back all new and shiny like the fall never happened. Amazing news, right? Wrong, because when I woke up, I threw the worst tantrum ever.
I wanna go home!
But, honey, this is your home.
No, it is not my home. I don't like it here, please.
Let's just say that night ended with a lot of rocking and desperate lullabies. My parents were clearly confused, and for weeks they tried everything to make me feel comfortable and bring the old version of me back with my favorite food and snacks, but nothing seemed to work.
Honey, here, I brought you your favorite drink.
I don't want it.
Dorothy! I ran into the garden, grabbed the garden hose, determined to find my way back home, and started waving it around like it's a magical staff or something.
Take me home, please. Show me the way. You're my loyal steed, Prince Whiskers. Guide me to my land.
Dorothy! This is not an episode from Wizard of Oz! Put the hose down before you flood the garden! By the time Mom got hold of the hose, we were all drenched from head to toe. After that first crazy tantrum, things didn't exactly get better. I kept throwing fits, full-on screaming and demanding to be taken back to Egypt. My parents tried everything, calming me down, distracting me, but nothing worked. Finally, when my parents realized I wasn't getting any better, they took me to the doctor. After running some tests, the doctor shrugged and said,
It's just the side effects of her fall. Nothing to worry about.
But trust me, I wasn't buying it. There had to be more to this. As if on cue, my vivid dreams started getting even clearer. I saw big columns, lush gardens, and flowers everywhere. It was so real, like I was really there. And then the dreams didn't stop. They kept coming. A few months later, I started dreaming about this gorgeous place that felt like home. It was all so familiar, and I just knew this couldn't be a coincidence. And when I turned 6, my parents took me to the British Museum, hoping it would snap me out of my Egypt phase. But boy, were they in for a rude shock. At first, I was all grumpy and ready to leave the museum. Snooze fest. But then, I saw it. A photo in one of the exhibit rooms. There! That's my home! But where are the trees?
The gardens!
This was the temple of Seti I in Egypt. Seti was the father of Ramses the Great, about 3,000 years ago. What? Mom almost choked, and Dad looked like a bomb had just exploded in his head. While my parents were panicking, I was too busy losing my mind. I ran around the Egyptian exhibit like I owned the place, kissing the statue's feet and yelling,
I'm finally among my people! It's been too long, my people. I miss you!
That is totally not normal. Not normal? Yeah, right. For the first time surrounded by statues, hieroglyphs, and ancient Egypt artifacts, I felt it. That warm, tingly home feeling. So I decided I was going to live here. Honey, come on now. It's time to go home.
No! Leave me here! These are my people! I want to stay here!
How did my parents finally get me to leave the museum that day? Oh, let's just say it involved lots of kicking, screaming, and you can't make me tantrums. Spoiler alert, they totally did. But things got even weirder after that trip. My dreams became more vivid, like movie-quality vivid, and I started speaking with this strange accent, which confused everyone around me even more. As my curiosity grew, I dove headfirst into every Egyptian book I could find. But no matter how much I studied, I still couldn't figure out why I felt this overwhelming connection to Egypt. Eventually, my parents got pretty fed up with my constant weirdness, so I figured, why not act better and give them a break? I mean, no one wants to annoy their parents forever, right? But deep down, I was still obsessed with Egypt. Then, when I turned 14, I had a dream that totally flipped my life forever. I was strolling through this gorgeous garden when suddenly a blinding light appeared. My knees hit the ground faster than I could blink, and this beautiful figure appeared before me.
Om Seti, my beloved.
Oh, my,
Snap out of it, woman. Focus, my beloved. I am Hora. Your name is Bentreshit, priestess of Abydos. You must come back home. Your people need you.
And just like that, I woke up, bolted out of bed, and ran straight into my parents' room, practically scaring them out of their pajamas. Bentreshit! My name is Bentreshit! Dorothy, it's the middle of the night. What are you going on about? I just had a vision. My name is Bentreshit, and I was Hora's beloved. We lived in Abydos.
Sorry, who's beloved?
Hora's! Oh, Dad, you should have seen him. He needs me to come home. Snap out of it. Go back to bed, Dorothy. You're just dreaming. We'll talk about it in the morning. Why does everyone keep telling me to snap out of it? But I didn't snap out of it. In fact, I went all in because finally I knew who I was, and nothing anyone said was going to ruin this for me. By morning, I had covered entire notebooks with hieroglyphics I'd never written before in my life. It was like muscle memory. Mom and Dad thought I'd officially lost it, but I had a mission now: to live, breathe, and someday reach my real home. Of course, my obsession didn't always go over well. Like one time I got kicked out of youth Sunday school for casually dropping Egyptian mythology into every conversation. Actually, did you know Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian?
Excuse me?
Yeah, she was Greek. Her family came from Greece, but she ruled Egypt like a boss.
Dorothy, that is not what we're talking about today.
I know, but honestly, Egypt's way cooler to study than anything, you know? They even had cats in their pyramids. Imagine your cat chilling in a tomb for thousands of years.
Out!
Yeah, that didn't win me any teacher's pet awards, and I got kicked right out of class, but hey, someone had to say it. I had to continue studying despite getting kicked out of school. So one day my dad, who is super supportive now, not that he had a choice, to be honest, gave me the best surprise ever.
Remember how you always wanted to live in the museum when you were little?
Wait, are you finally letting me move in?
Even better, I'm introducing you to someone.
Who? Is it Tutankhamun's ghost?
No more ghosts, Dorothy. Wallace Budgie, my friend and a real-life Egyptologist.
Wow, I was super excited. Mr. Budgie was a regular at our house, always bringing new books and stories about Egypt. His visits were like mini lessons that made my mind race with excitement. Soon Dad and I were touring museums and archaeological sites all over Britain with him. Each trip felt like stepping into ancient Egypt, and I couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more to this obsession. But I didn't just want to study Egypt. I wanted to live it, breathe it. So at 16, I joined Plymouth Art School and even snagged a spot in a theater group that performed the story of Isis and Osiris. Naturally, I landed the role of Isis. The directors were skeptical at first, but I wowed them with my knowledge of Egyptian history and language, which I'd been trying to perfect through the years.
Dorothy, can you bring something special to this role?
Nebet Het! I am Isis, Queen of magic, mistress of life and death, bow before me. The room went silent. Then the director started clapping. Let's just say I slayed as Isis. Literally. By 21, I'd learned so much about Egypt that when I applied for a job at a London-based Egyptian public relations magazine, they hired me instantly. I wrote articles and sketched cartoons that oozed my love for Egypt, and soon my work was everywhere. My department couldn't get enough of it. Then came the office cultural event, and I was ready to slay. White dress, blue and gold belt, gold sandals, chunky jewelry, and a crown that screamed queen vibes.
Wow, Dorothy, you're so gorgeous.
Where did you buy that?
Wowzer, you look like an actual goddess, Dorothy.
Yes, keep them coming. I was basking in the glory of their compliments, even doing the most chaotic offbeat catwalk you've ever seen when someone yelled something that made me freeze mid-walk.
Beloved goddess.
I spun around and locked eyes with the most gorgeous guy I had ever seen, and he was walking straight toward me. OMG, he's so good looking.
You're Dorothy Edie, right? I've read all your articles and your cartoons are incredible. I'm a huge fan.
Hi, Dorothy. Oh yeah, you already knew that.
I'm Imam Abdel. I'm an Egyptian student doing research for a school project. I wanted to look at your work and maybe get an interview.
Abdel was super cute and Egyptian, and we clicked immediately. Plus, he seemed absolutely smitten with me and my work. So naturally, I dazzled him with my ancient Egyptian trivia. In a matter of days, we became inseparable. We talked about everything. I told him my crazy story, and for some reason, he believed me.
Oh, that explains how you know all this stuff. That's pretty amazing. You really are a goddess, aren't you?
In no time, I started to think, wow, he might actually be my Prince Charming. Until he announced one day that he was going back to Egypt. What? Without me?
I'll keep in touch, my beloved goddess.
Beloved goddess? Excuse me? You don't just call someone your goddess and then leave them behind? I was devastated, but true to his word, Abdel sent me letters for months. He wrote about everything. Life, dreams, Egypt, of course. Then one day, the letter arrived. Inside was a one-way ticket to Cairo and a note that said, I can't stop thinking about you, my goddess. Please come to Egypt, marry me. OMG, my hands were shaking, my heart practically doing backflips. This was everything I'd been dreaming of. I was going to marry the love of my life in my motherland, Egypt. Wow, I was finally going home. Saying goodbye to my parents wasn't easy, but I promised them I'd be fine and that I'd visit them. The second I stepped off the boat in Cairo, I legit dropped to my knees and kissed the ground. Everyone froze, staring at me like I'd lost it. Egypt was everything, beyond my wildest dreams, fantasies, and even my over-the-top daydreams. I'm finally home! Abdel came to pick me up, and then he took me to a quiet spot by the River Nile just as the sun was setting. With a soft smile, he took my hand and asked,
Will you be mine forever?
I said yes, and with that he twirled me around, lifting me off the ground. Life was perfect. The wedding was straight out of a fairy tale. It felt magical. Eventually, a famous archaeologist at the Department of Antiquities offered me a job as a secretary and draftswoman.
Oh my god, did they really hire you?
Yes, of course.
That's amazing, honey. They've never hired a woman before.
At first, my work there was pretty basic. I helped them fix their English and stuff like that, but slowly, as they found out about my connection with Egypt and my vast knowledge of ancient times, I began to grow more important at work. I started working very hard all day and night. Then my son was born. I named him Seti, after the Egyptian pharaoh. A few years later, my husband went to teach in Iraq, and by then I was so caught up with work that we drifted apart. Not that I was mad at him. I had enough to keep me busy. You see, now that I was in Egypt, I started spending a lot of time at the pyramids in Giza. As the news of my reincarnation and knowledge spread like wildfire, people started being fascinated by me and would gather around me all the time. She's incredible. Wow, she's so brave. After a few years, the most incredible thing happened. I was offered a job in Abydos. Even though it paid very little, I could go back to my real home. But soon after I landed, I faced a huge test. Abydos wasn't quite like my dream. No gardens or butterflies. But the moment I stepped on the land, I knew I was home. Something just clicked. I walked barefoot, totally in my element. And before I knew it, I was publishing articles, translating hieroglyphics like a pro, and earning serious respect. And things were great. But then the new chief of antiquities showed up and wasn't buying my obsession with Egypt. Guess he wasn't convinced by my very strong connection to the place. I mean, what's new? Am I right?
You know a lot about Egypt, I'll give you that. But a reincarnated princess? Come on.
Tell me how to prove it, and I'll prove it. His challenge was simple, at least for me, a nighttime tour of the Temple of Seti. But here's the kicker. There was no map, no lights, and oh yeah, I'd never been there in this life. Talk about pressure. With just a torch in hand, I led him through every twist, turn, and hidden corner of the temple like I'd lived there my whole life. He kept trying to stump me, but I had all the answers. I mean, I even showed him secret passageways and tunnels. By the end, the chief looked like he'd seen a ghost.
How did you do that? How do you know all that? You really lived here.
Pretty sure I've been saying that all my life. But I had another surprise for him. There, that's where the gardens were. And if you dig there, you'll find a secret tunnel. The inspector was so shocked that he ordered the areas to be excavated, and sure enough, they found the garden I had seen in my dreams all these years ago. And they found the secret tunnel too. After that, I found it impossible to leave the temple and was eventually named custodian of Abydos. I was so good at my job that even when I retired from the department, they decided to extend my term for another 5 years. Finally, after all these years, people believed me. Not only had I finally found my real home, but also helped countless archaeologists find out more about the amazing time my people were alive. In fact, I became so famous that the BBC even made a documentary about me. So I guess they're right when they say don't give up on your dreams.